Stephen, did you have any idea 20 years ago that this film was going to be the phenomenon that it is?
Well, 20 years ago, no. I mean, I thought I had made a children's film that only kids would see. It would go away in 2 weeks, and I had no idea that it would do, I mean, but although 20 years seems like 20 minutes for me.
Nobody knew what would happen with the film. I know the intentions going into making it were to make it the best film possible, and I know we felt like we were onto something really special in making it, but you know, when you see the film for the first time, you realize how wonderful it is, and it's understandable then why it took off and affected people the way it did, because we were making it and we're there all the time, and it profoundly affected us when we saw it. So this film just reaches right into everyone's heart and embraces it, and but there was no anticipation. You couldn't have imagined what would happen with it.
Are you surprised that they're re-releasing this film 20 years later?
No, I'm not surprised. You know, it's a good clue when it never came out on DVD. That's always a tip-off.
What kind of relationship did you develop with the children actors, and what has it been like for you to watch them grow in the last 20 years?
You know, we were really a family, minus the father. But, and it was, I think Kathleen and Stephen and everybody involved really went out of their way to keep it that kind of family atmosphere. You know, everybody played basketball on break, and everybody ate together, and I never, though, really felt ever like, okay, I have to go do a scene with the kids now, you know? They were so just incredibly quintessential actors, even though they hadn't done very much, any of them.
Do you think that this film is going to capture today's generation the way it did generations 20 years ago?
Well, remember the generation that the film has captured over the last 20 years, we've been exposed to E.T. through television and video cassette and not DVD yet, but I mean, so I'm just hoping that people will take the kids who are now grown-ups with kids, will take them to see it and be able to compare experiences.
Well, I think it's a story about compassion, and anybody can relate to that, and it'll always find an audience.
Your son's coming to the movie tonight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Has he seen the original?
He's seen it on videotape, but he hasn't ever seen it in the theater. He's 4. Almost 5, so it's like the perfect age where he won't get, you know, scared, and I just can't wait for him to see his reaction to the music. Where they're going to have a live orchestra and just the whole thing.
You've come so far since this film. Did you have any idea, or when you watch it now, does it just make you think back over the last 20 years and how far you've come?
When I think about my life now, I'm so happy, and I feel like I've found my dreams and my destiny, but I know that this was the door that opened the awareness to that. So I'm very happy.
What was it like working with this group of young actors?
It was fantastic. I mean, in a funny way, I think because it has been 20 years and we've all stayed in contact, it's sort of like they're our kids, you know? I mean, I've seen them grow up.
Next spring, take the journey.
What are you waiting for? Let's go!
And experience the excitement as E.T. returns home to the big screen for a new generation to discover what the rest of us will never forget. Steven Spielberg presents the 20th anniversary of E.T. the Extraterrestrial.